Hello everyone, today we're going to present about economic behavior in Islamic perspective for subject economic Islam. So before we going to explain about economic behavior in Islamic perspective, let us introduce ourselves. My name is Sasongko Bagaskoro and my friend is Farah Sabina. So before we go into material, this material has 7 points. The first is human relationship with the economy. The second is Homo economicus to Homo ethicus. The third is human nature in Islam. The fourth is characteristic of wants and needs. And five is consumption and production in the Islamic perspective. And the sixth is the concept of maslahah in consumption and production. And the last one is summary of the presentation and discussion. Okay, without further ado, let's begin. Okay, so this the first material is humans' relationship with the economy. Humans and the economy are two things that cannot be separated. This is mainly because humans are the main actors driving economic activity itself. So that by itself, human will also get the impact of their economic activities. In modern economic conditions, such as now, human relations with the economy are no longer individual, but already at a sector level, involving economic actors in various sectors between one country and another. The second is from Homo economicus to Homo ethicus. One of the most important assumptions in classical and neoclassical economics is the concept of Homo economicus. Also known as economic man, Homo economicus is a concept in economics that assumes that individuals act rationally and selfishly in economic activities with the aim of maximizing personal profit or utility. This concept became the prototype of economic actors and was used as a starting point for formulating economic models. Although the concept have evolved, the approach remains the same. The third is human nature in Islam. According to the Islamic view, humans were created by Allah SWT with perfect physical forms and abilities, including the reason that distinguishes humans from other creatures. This intellect allows humans to weigh the good and bad of an act, make choices, explore knowledge about the nature of God's creation. Thus, humans are given the freedom and responsibility as caliphs to prosper the earth and manage existing resources.
The characteristic of wants and need. In the economic study, the possession, use, and exchange of scarce resources, the concept of scarcity occurs when the need or desire for a good or services exceed the amount of available. There is a differences between needs and wants. Needs are basic things that must be met for the survival, while the wants are everything that is desired but not binding. Al-Ghazali divided the human consumption needs into three levels. The level one is had al-durah or basic level. The fulfillment of basic needs are mandatory to sustain human life. The second is had al-hajah or necessity level, includes things that are halal and permissible, which is balance between basic need and desire. And the third is had at-tananum or level of luxury, the consumption aimed at entertainment and fun. Consumption and production in Islamic perspective. Consumption in Islamic economy is seen as the effort to fulfill the needs that provide the good of the world that hereafter or masalah, where the masalah is fulfilled by fulfilling basic human needs, while the afterlife masalah is achieved if worthy needs are used to worship Allah SWT. Thus, consumption in Islam does not only focus on the subjective satisfaction but also consider spiritual and moral value. Good consumption in Islam is one that fulfills basic human needs that at the same time is improve the spiritual and moral quality. And the production in Islam is defined as effort to process natural resources to produce something that is useful and fulfill human benefit. Production in Islam must be pay attention to normal, moral, and ethical value and prioritize the benefit of society. Some of the principles of production in Islam include: the first is produce halal and useful good and service. The second is avoiding production that damage the creed, identity of the people, and religious value. The third is considering aspect of morality, education, and religion in the production, and then maximizing the utility of human and natural resources through the involvement of many people in the production process. Thus, production in Islam does not only focus on the profit maximization, but also pay attention to the spiritual and moral value. The concept of maslahah in consumption and production is to realize the human benefit by fulfilling the need of daruriyah, hajiyah, and tahnisiyah. This masalah is general and universal and relative to each individual. In conception, maslahah means understanding the level of benefit of oneself by paying attention to the five protection, namely, the first is religion, second is life, the third is intellect, the fourth is hereditary, the fifth is property. Coupled with the environment and human honor, those individuals can be determined the right consumption pattern to achieve the benefit for themselves. In production, masalah means producing goods and services that are beneficial and fulfill the human need, as well as paying attention to the moral and ethical values. A good production is one that prioritizes the benefit of society and does not damage the creed and identity of the people and religious value. Summary of the presentation and discussion is: the first is human and economy cannot be separated because humans are the main actor driving the economic activity. The second is concept of Homo economicus is considered unable to accommodate the existing reality, thus giving birth to economic model based on behavior such as Homo ethicus and Homo islamicus. The third is Homo islamicus is a model of human behavior that are more perfect than Homo ethicus because this survival modeling is derived from the main resource of Islamic law. The fourth is humans are described in the Quran as most perfect and best creator of Allah SWT, but also have impetuous and thoughtless nature. Five is there is a fundamental differences between needs and want, where needs are the basic thing that human needs to live, while the wants are served as supplement to needs. The sixth is conception in Islam is limited to the personality proportionality because it's very relative. The seventh is in every economic activity must consider the component of maslahat consisting of five elements: religion, soul, mind, offspring, and property, as well as environment and human honor. Thus, economic behavior in Islamic perspective is related to the concept of moral as a foundation in determining whether our action is good or bad and aim to achieve beneficial for oneself, other, and also surrounding environment. Thank you so much for your attention. If you have any question, please let me know in the comments down below and see you guys next time. Bye.